So my name's Tim. I'm the owner of Hutto's Barbershop in Adelaide, Australia. I've been Uppercut Ambassador for coming up to 5 years soon. And yeah, I'm really stoked to be here in Japan to cut some hair. So I wet the hair down first because I find if I can wet the hair down and it sits in the direction we want, we can use pomade. So now what I'll do, I'm going to remove a bit of bulk through the side here, but we still retain enough to be able to pull back. So I'll grab my clippers first.
What difference is the Australian style and the US style?
Yeah, so I find a lot of our styles are definitely, they're quite similar, which is really good. US, Australia style, quite similar. And then I've even noticed a lot of in Japan and through here, they're definitely taking on an Australian, like US style haircut as well.
I thought Australian style is more similar to UK style.
It's a bit of both. It's a bit of everything, to be honest. Yeah, so we've, depending on the client, so we, being a very multicultural country, we have a lot of UK customers, we have a lot of Asian customers, we have a lot of, you know, we've got Afro hair, we've got Asian hair, we've got everything. Yeah, so it's quite diverse, which is really nice because we have to learn so many different ways of cutting hair. Yeah, so a lot of people did actually say that. How do you think you'll go cutting hair in Japan, because the hair is very different, but we cut a lot of whether Chinese, whether Japanese, whether Korea. Yeah, we get a lot of that through the shop anyway. So we'll go through here. This might not take too much off, but I just want to see what how the hair reacts first. I usually use a number 2 or 3 just to remove a bit of bulk to see where I'm at. So this will just almost dictate the shape of where I finish my fade. So I can already see with both sides, this hair sits down, and then if we look at this side, this hair sits back a lot nicer. So that's where I'll know I can't take this side too high, otherwise that's going to spring out. So I'm just going to section this out now. Alright, and so when I do clipper over comb, I always open it up a little bit and we look, so we lift up and you see the guideline. So just to remove the bulk. Alright, now this is where I know where I'm sitting now. I'm not going to take the fade too much higher than this. Let's take it a bit shorter. This is 1.5. I use the corners a lot when I'm blending. And just nice and soft. Just tilt the head there. Alright, so what I do, I generally like to try and get my fade out relatively quickly and then I'll come and perfect it later. Another tip that I really like to do when I'm going to start either tapering or fading is I like to line up the around the perimeter just so I'm not focusing on something that might not be there. So for instance, you might spend too much time fading out something you're going to take out with the lineup. Very important with lining up, always have a point of contact to the client. So I generally hold my clipper and with one of my fingers, there's always a point of contact. Now with my no blade on. Open, sorry, should I say? Amen to that. Number 1 guard open. And just really soft. Now closed. And once again, very soft. Now 0.5, and just if there's any imperfections, just go over them. Step back, have a look. And mirror never lies, always look in the mirror as well. Do you guys face towards the mirror or away or a bit of everything?
Usually just forward. So.
Yeah, so I would recommend using the mirror as much as possible. I generally actually cut away from, so I will always be here.
Oh.
And I use the mirror so much. Alright, so we'll go same on this side.
What's the most popular style in the US and Australia?
The most popular style, I would have to say, is ease of styling. So how I mean by that is a lot of our customers these days, they want to get up out of bed and go to work. They don't want to have to style their hair too much. So whatever works well with their routine. Yeah. So a lot of number 2, short back and sides, very easy haircuts. The trend of skin fade after skin fade after skin fade after skin fade is slowly dying down. We actually don't. No, it's funny. I think that's a misconception. Mullets. Everyone thinks that we just do so many of them, but no, personally in my shop, we don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's funny because whenever I go anywhere, they all just want to learn mullets. So just going really quickly through my guards. Here we go. So with the back, we'll do the same process. And just head there. And just take a bit of bulk out the way.
What clipper do you guys use the most?
So I actually use a US clipper, the Oster Fast Feed, which I've used, since I was an apprentice. So me using this is very, very different. But it's good. Fast feed. Yeah. I'll just show you before I skip past it. So what I've done through the sides here, I always like to leave the edges very heavy. So see how I line up through there, and when I fade, I always leave the edges and then I take them out after if I don't like them.
両サイドにちょっと全部割り勘で取らずにちょっとだけ黒いとこ残してそれで一回完成させてもし変だなとか嫌だなと思ったら最後にもう取るらしいです。最初は端っこはラインアップの線をきれいに出すために端までは割り勘でいかない。
So what I'll look at here as well, see how they're quite long at the back, short at the front? I always like this a lot longer than the back. So I always over direct the front of my haircut. And the other side, same. So I know this side is going to sit back better. And then I just come up and cross check. The way I cut with my shears is if there's a triangle, you remove the triangle. So I'll cross check my haircuts quite a lot. So I'll go this way, and if there's something that's not following my guideline, that's what I take out, and then I'll cross check back this way just to double check as well. And this is now just going to set my guideline. So see how we've got quite a lot of shortness in the front and we've got length in the rear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to retain everything through the front here, and I'm only going to take that off through there.
Slick back or forward?
Slick back. So we're going to have a bit of volume, nice and natural. So now I've got my guideline. I can come up through here and have a look. My guideline's here, and then where I used my horizontal sectioning here and here, that's where I connect them now. So you can see my last guideline there. Always look. See, there's my guideline here. What I like to use is like a foam tonic or some sort of salt spray, but if you don't have that, another good option is the Easy Hold or mat, and just use a light amount of it, okay? So just a very light amount. And then this is like a pre-styling agent. It just gives it a little bit more grip for the hairdryer. So when I'm doing like more of a slick back, I like to start at the back here to dry. Does he usually wear his hair back?
Usually the slick back or a side part.
What product is used most here? Deluxe?
Yeah, the
Yep.
red one,
I might use a bit of matte, try and get a bit of texture. Yeah, so I'll go through and take off anything that I don't really like, just a bit of heaviness. So this is when I look in the mirror, see if there's any heaviness. So I see there's a little bit at the back here.
What percent is that the thin scissors?
Like just the tips, just right at the end, the last couple of percent. I'm just very light. Yeah, just that little bit lighter. So see through there? And see, I've still left here. I'm still going to take that out later. See the weight through there? Yeah, good looking model. Yeah, just the edges, just to go through. What I don't like about the cut, if there's any heavy spots, but I'm very, very light and only use corners. So all I would do, keep turning the head around, and you can actually see If you go there, it's heavy. If you go there, it gets lighter. So definitely move around and just see where it's sitting. There's quite a lot of shadows. Lighting, very, very important. Yeah, just to finish the ends. These just get that bit closer even than a razor. Just a light bit of, to see where we're sitting. I'd like to put a light bit of water in just to see how it's all sitting. And then I'll usually turn around just to see if my shape's sitting nice. Nice and clean through there. Nice and natural, and then the shape's still got nice through there. We haven't even put pomade in that yet, so it's going to look really nice. Just double check everything. And then when I want to finish a haircut, I'll go down in my steps. So then I'll just, maybe from like a number 2. Always spin. Just some nice texture. How's it looking so far, guys? You liking the haircut so far?
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah. Get it right down to the root. Right in there. Don't be afraid to really massage it right in. Yeah, I might even turn him around just so I can see it anyway. And if it's a little bit dry, just chuck a little bit more water. Alright guys, we are done. You happy with that? Alright mate, thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, what I've done with, what was his name, sorry? Yuki. What I've done with Yuki's hair is started with a nice low natural clipper and then tapered from skin into that. Then we've gone around through the perimeter to line it up, and then with the top, I've tried to retain as much length as the front here so it can naturally pull back and just sit with minimal ease. With just a light amount of Uppercut Deluxe, the matte pomade, and it will be very, very easy to style.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.